President Biden defending his son Hunter when he was asked directly about potential federal charges he could soon be facing.
I'm proud of my son. This is a kid who got, not a kid, he's a grown man. He got hooked on, like many families have had happen, hooked on drugs. He's overcome that. He's established a new life. I'm confident that he is, what he says and does are consistent with what happens.
Joining us live is Sean Duffy, Fox News contributor and former Wisconsin congressman. Sean, good morning. You know, you feel for the president in that moment. He responded as any loving father would, but still there were no answers or no even questions about the overseas business dealings, no follow-up on the tax and gun charges that he could be facing.
You know, you're right. There's one moment where I do feel bad for Hunter Biden or Joe Biden as a father. When you have a son that's going off the tracks, you don't throw him under the bus. You support him, especially on national television. But there's another side, color. I'm like, you know what? When you're part of a criminal enterprise, you don't throw a co-conspirator under the bus because that co-conspirator could flip on you. And so Joe Biden can't throw Hunter under the bus because if he does, Hunter might come out and go, you know what, Dad? You're part of this whole deal. You're the one I'm getting, you're the reason why I'm getting attacked by the FBI. And the truth is that, you know what? You were making 10% of what I was making on these overseas deals. You were compromised, Dad. So you know what? The deal is that Joe knows he might get thrown under the bus. He might get exposed. So he has to protect Hunter, especially in public interviews like this. It's all crazy.
Yeah, the sadness of what I'm going to label the drug stuff doesn't take away from the other stuff. We can all agree, being a dad, you have to do what you have to do for your kid, but that doesn't take away from the fact of what Hunter is alleged to have done. Meantime, got to get your thoughts on this. Former Hawaii Congresswoman, someone who you worked with in the House of Representatives, Tulsi Gabbard, issuing a scathing rebuke of the Democratic Party while announcing she's leaving it. Listen.
My loyalties are very clear. I love our country. And I took an oath, both as a service member, as a soldier, as well as a member of Congress, to support and defend the Constitution. And that's an oath that I take extremely seriously. And so when you look at this party, today's Democratic Party, it's controlled by fanatical ideologues who hate freedom.
But, Sean, she is not alone. Listen to these Democrat-turned-Republicans who joined us last hour.
The party has left her as the party has left me.
They've just shut down anybody that wants to talk contrary to their narrative.
These folks are not just reading or seeing the writing on the wall, they're smelling it. You're going to see along the border how a lot of Latinos are going to go ahead and not just walk away, but run away from the Democratic Party.
Is the Democratic Party in some real serious trouble, Sean?
You know, they are. You know, Tulsi Gabbard, I had the privilege of serving with her. She was a common sense Democrat. She was not a Republican, a common sense Democrat. And I think she's right. The Democrat Party has left her, and they're so woke, they're so crazy, they're so racist. And I thought her statement was absolutely, you know, brilliant. And so I don't know where she goes, but I think it's, you know, really gutsy of her to say what she said in such a public format. So good on her. But you know, listen, I think the party is at a crossroads right now. I mean, are they going to go back to the party of Bill Clinton, or are they going to, you know, continue on this AOC march to Marxism? I'm not sure where they go. And I think the only hope the country has to get the Democrat Party back is if they get completely thumped on November 8th. If they lose, you know, massively in the House, which I think they will, but if they lose Republicans win by not just 52 seats in the Senate, but win by 54, 55 seats, I think that sends a message to Democrats that their ideas don't resonate with the American people and they have to change course. And the powers that be inside the party can make that happen. That's the only hope we have of saving the country and saving the Democrat Party.
Yeah, and Fox News released their power rankings yesterday, and it showed that Republicans are sort of regaining some ground that they lost over the last few months, especially when it comes to the economy. They're up by 1 point in the generic ballot, so it's still 50-50 when it comes to the Senate. But what do you think about that? And also the fact that the president said yesterday that we may not be entering a recession. There is a chance that we could enter a slight recession. How do you think that's going to play?
Yeah, well, people don't believe that, right? We all, see the world through our own eyes and through our own finances and pocketbooks and kitchen tables. So we know that the economy is horrible. So we know Joe Biden's lying about that. But I look at this election cycle, and the trend line is, and the polling is in favor of Republicans, number one. But number two, if you look at polling, oftentimes the pollsters have been getting it wrong. And when they get it wrong, they don't get it wrong on the behalf of Republicans. Oftentimes they get it wrong on behalf of Democrats. You take that into consideration. Listen, I think Republicans are going to have a banner night. You talked about, the issues that voters care about. They care about the economy. They care about inflation. They care about jobs. As opposed to what Democrats are running on is abortion. So I think when you look at the issue sets, Republicans going to have a 35-seat night in the House, and in the Senate. I think we're going to win by 50 to 52.
27 days away. Sean Duffy, have a great Wednesday. Thank you, sir.
27 days.
Sean.